Hello everyone. Today, we're bringing you the assembly tutorial for the Swan Dream Book Nook. After receiving the Book Nook kit, please first check if all the parts are complete. Once you've verified that everything is in order, let's test the electronic components. Step 1. Before using the electronic components, please install 3 AA batteries and then test them. Step 2. Switch the power switch to the middle position and lightly tap the touch switch to confirm if the light panel and small lights are lit up normally. Step 3. Switch the power switch to the far left position and lightly tap the touch switch to confirm if the light panel and small lights are lit up normally, the motor is rotating, and the speaker is playing music. Step 4. After the test, please switch the power switch to the far right position, off, and start the formal assembly process. First, remove the A2 assembly tool that can be used for 3-in-1 assembly, and remove D58 and D59 for assembly. Pay attention to the orientation of D59. Remove D60 and D50 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Complete the assembly of the violin. Remove D46, D49, D47, and D48 for assembly. Apply glue to the bonding area and attach D49 to the corresponding position to complete the assembly of the stool. Remove D8, D37, D41, and D16 for assembly. Apply glue to the bonding area. Attach D37 and D16 to the corresponding positions to complete the assembly of the vase. Remove D51, D52, and D45 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Remove D53, D44, and D43 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Remove D33, D64, D66, D34, and D42 for assembly. Remove D63, D65, D54, and D35 for assembly to complete the assembly of the storage cabinet. Remove D31 and D30 and stick them together, paying attention to the pattern orientation of D31. Apply glue to the bonding area and stick D31 on. Remove D1 and D28 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation of D1. Remove D27, D26, D21, and D24 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation of D27 and the color orientation of D26. Remove D22, D20, D29, and D2 for assembly, paying attention to the color orientation. Remove D25, D61, and D20 for assembly. Lift the wooden frame to support the piano and complete the assembly of the piano. Remove E10, D14, E13, and D40 for assembly to complete the assembly of the door. Remove H20, H18, C13, C26, and C22 for assembly. Remove C1 and C6 for gluing. Apply glue to the bonding area and attach the corresponding parts to the corresponding positions. Remove C25, C17, and C3 for assembly. Apply glue to the bonding area and attach the corresponding parts to the corresponding positions to complete the assembly of the stained glass window. Remove C31, C14, C27, H19, and H34 for assembly. Remove C5 and C7 for gluing. Apply glue to the bonding area and attach the parts to the corresponding positions. Remove C28, C18, and C4 for assembly. Apply glue to the bonding area and attach the parts to the corresponding positions to complete the assembly of stained glass window 2. Remove G34, G37, G38, and D12 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Remove G39, G36, and G35 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Insert F6 into the corresponding position to complete the assembly of roof accessory 1. Remove F15, F16, F17, F18, F19, F20, F21, F22, and F11 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation of F11. Remove F3, F4, F7, F8, F9, and F10 for assembly. Remove F14, C10, C11, and F1 in the light panel, and use C10 and C11 buckles. Fix the blue and white wires of the two small lights to the F14 board. Then straighten the wires and insert them into the wire slot of F1. Remove H8 and acrylic plate 2 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation of H8. First, peel off the film on the surface of the acrylic part, then insert it into the corresponding socket of H8 and insert it into the corresponding position. Remove A7 and assemble it in the corresponding position, then combine the upper and lower plates. Remove H13, H9, H10, H11, and H12 for assembly. Remove H14, H15, H16, and H17 for assembly. And insert H13 and H14 into the corresponding positions. Remove H7 and insert it into the corresponding position, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Remove B3, D13, and B4 for assembly. Remove G31, G22, and G24 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Complete the assembly of roof accessory 2. Assemble the light panel with F23, A1, and F24, paying attention to the pattern orientation of A1. Remove A5, A4, and A6 for assembly to complete the assembly of the ceiling light. Take out the 12mm round head screw and then the nut. Assemble the motor motherboard with H25. Take out the 7mm flat head screw. And then remove H4 and H32 for assembly. Take out the acrylic plate and peel off the surface film. Remove H3, H1, and acrylic plate 1 for assembly, and insert them into the motor. Remove 19 and insert it into the corresponding position. Remove E18 and insert it into the corresponding position. Remove 16 and assemble it with the battery box, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Take out the 10mm countersunk screw. And combine the back plate with the nut. Remove A3, G7, and G9 for assembly. Remove H27, G6, and the speaker for assembly, noting that the side of the speaker with the film faces outward. Remove G5, F26, F25, H35, H33, H26, and the bottom plate for assembly. Remove G23, G16, H28, H29, and G15 for assembly to complete the assembly of the bottom plate. Take out the 5mm mini screw. Then remove C9 and assemble the screw, nut, touch panel, and bottom plate. Remove E21, E9, and E20 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Remove E14, E11, E12, and E17 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation, and insert it into the corresponding position. Remove D39 and assemble it with the violin and stool. Remove D11, D3, D4, and D5 and assemble them with the vase, piano, and storage cabinet. Remove D57, D55, and D56 for assembly. Apply glue to the bonding area and attach the parts to the corresponding positions. Remove D6, D10, and D19 for assembly. Take out the two stained glass windows and insert them into the corresponding positions of the door, noting that one side of the two stained glass windows has no pattern. Remove F2 and fix it with the red and black wires. Remove G14 and fix it with the red and black wires. Combine the bottom plate. Remove G20, G12, G11, and G19 for assembly. Remove D32, D36, D9, and D8 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation of D32 and D36. Combine it with roof accessory 2. Remove G33 and G32 and insert them into the corresponding positions, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Remove G25, G17, F5, and G28 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Remove G26, G18, F12, and G29 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Remove G27, G21, F13, and G30 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation. Insert the parts into the corresponding positions. Take out roof accessory 1 and insert it into the corresponding position to fix the ceiling light. Remove G42 and fix the small light. Take out the deep well mirror, remove the film on the mirror, and insert it into the slot from the top, noting that the back of the mirror faces outward. Insert the wires into the corresponding positions in turn. Completing the assembly of Scene 1, take out the wall panel and remove B5 and B6, and insert them into the corresponding positions of the wall panel. Remove H2, H23, C2, and H5 for assembly. Remove H24, C30, and H6 for assembly. Remove E5 and C8 and insert them into the corresponding positions of the B panel. Remove E15, E1, and E2 and insert them into the corresponding positions of the B panel. Remove G1 and G2 and insert them into the corresponding positions of the B panel. Remove E4 and E3 and insert them into the corresponding positions of the B panel. Apply glue to the bonding area and stick on E3. Remove C15 and C16 and stick them to the corresponding positions of the B panel. Completing the assembly of Scene 2. Take out the A panel. Remove C20 and insert it into the corresponding position of the A panel. Remove G43, C12, H31, and H21 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation of C12. Remove H30, C21, and H22 for assembly, paying attention to the pattern orientation of C21. Remove E6, E7, and E8 for assembly. Remove B7 and B8 and insert them into the corresponding positions of the A panel. Remove G3 and G4 and insert them into the corresponding positions of the A panel. Remove C29 and C19 and stick them to the corresponding positions of the A panel. Apply glue to the bonding area and stick on the corresponding parts. Apply glue to another bonding area. Remove C23 and C24 and stick them on. Completing the assembly of Scene 3. Combine Scenes 3, 1, and 2. Combine the backplate. Remove G8 and G10 for assembly. Remove B1 and B2 and insert them into the corresponding positions. Take out the translucent film, noting that the double-sided film needs to be removed before assembly. Remove D7 and insert it into the corresponding position. Remove D62 and insert it into the corresponding position. Tip: you can slightly pull the left and right sides apart for smoother assembly. Assemble the translucent film into the corresponding position. Take out the metal accessories and acrylic plate 3 for assembly, noting that the film should be removed before installation. Remove E23, E24, and E22 and fix them by inserting them. Remove D18 and D15 for assembly, paying attention to the distribution of the chain. Remove D17 and fix it. Take out the remaining translucent film and install it, noting that the double-sided film should be removed before installation. Install the remaining translucent film in the corresponding positions. Remove F27, F28, F29, F30, F31, F32, and F33 and insert them into the corresponding positions. Remove G40 and insert it into the corresponding position for fixing. Take out the transparent dust cover and insert it from top to bottom, noting that the film of the dust cover should be removed before installation. The final assembly of the Swan Dream Book Nook is complete. Enter the final effect display. Switch the power switch to the middle position to turn on the light mode. Lightly touch the sensing position to turn the lights on and off. Switch the power switch to the far left position to turn on the light and music mode, and the characters will rotate and dance with the music.